Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Where do I begin? Well, welcome to another episode of Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. This was a disheartening loss tonight. It was setting up to be a good win. We had the key components playing. Tobias played solid. Maxey was balling out. And Embiid was doing his thing in the second half. But this Montrel, Harrell, I can't stand this dude.
The L is silent.
Whatever his name is, I can't stand him, bro. He the kind of guy that if he on your squad, you like him, but on
you
somebody
like him,
like,
but you can't stand him.
But I can't be mad at him though, because he was talking great. Hey, listen, you going against the best big man in the league, and you go like 7 for 10, scoring 10 points in the fourth quarter, and help will your team to win.
Yeah.
This game was irksome though. Like what happened? Where did we lose? I'm still trying to understand what other than Tobias with the idiotic play at the end of the game. When instead of giving Maxey the ball, he tries to push it up and then throws a jump in the air pass back to Embiid. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Tobias kept us in the game in the first quarter, and he also kept us in the game in the fourth quarter. I can't be too hard on him, but that was a bonehead play. But we still got the ball back. It's not like we turned the ball over. Embiid had the ball, and then Embiid, unfortunately, he lost it because. But if anything, I'm going to have to give credit to the way Washington. Remember, Washington was on a 6-game losing streak, so they was due for a win. They was hungry, and the crazy thing is they played last night, so they was more hungry. I thought that big Joel missing that free throw down the stretch was kind of huge for us too. I'm going to have to give credit. But overall. We was due for one of these type of wins. We got a lot type of losses because we gotten a few of these wins already this year. So I'm not angry, but I'm not happy.
I'm angry just because we just lost to them, and Harrell was talking all that trash just a couple of days ago down in Washington. Yeah. So I wanted to send him packing today, but I mean and that's the other thing. Like our what happened to our defense in the fourth quarter is like they wasn't like we couldn't stop nothing. This is the part that irks me. Like, because I was ready to come on here and talk about how Isiah Joe went 4 for 7, had a second straight decent game. Niang struggled at times, but then he ended up hitting and went 5 for 11. Embiid had an off night early, but then he started hitting the second half. But then, like you said, down the stretch, he missed a couple layups. He had opportunity, and he missed a couple layups. But
do you think he needed more rest, or you think he got out of shape? Like after missing the game, because sometimes they just
pressed at the end.
Yeah, I do too. I think he pressed at the end too.
If you remember, right? I don't know why Mr. Wayne said Maxey was shooting like he gained. Maxey was over 50% tonight. He had a very good game. Down the stretch, Maxey hit the shot, tied us up, and I think they scored. Then B came back down and made it. Then after that, B started forcing. He was caught on the baseline. He forced it inside. That's after Toby missed Maxey streaking down the court, which set me off. I think B was pressing a little bit, man. He wanted to, take over like the best player on the team do and make that shot, but it just didn't fall for him. I'm not even mad. I could have seen them going to Maxey a little bit. Maxey was stroking. Maxey was stroking tonight. So he wasn't shooting like he was Dame. He was over 50% tonight. 9 for 16, 8 assists, 7 rebounds.
Let's not make it like Maxey was gunning. Yeah, yeah, come on. Maxey is the last person I'm blaming tonight. He had 22 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and no turnovers, and he shot 50%. There's no way. If anything, like Ethan said, they should have gave Maxey the ball more, especially at the end.
He was 2 for 4 from 3. He was 50%. What is
what
this?
what about the play Tobias when he almost threw it away and then Embiid caught it, had to fight to get it back, and then tried to when Embiid had to fight to get the ball, I was hoping they called a timeout because I was like, he did all that fighting to get the ball. I know he gonna be tired by the time he get to this basket to shoot. And sure enough, you know what I'm saying, this game is irksome. It was.
I'm actually a little happy about the way the last two games from Isaiah Joe. Remember we were saying we giving up on the ball. He looked scared, but the last two games he's been playing solid. He's shooting with confidence. I know this is not a time to be all giving them praise, but I'm not as disappointed as I probably would be on a normal day, or a normal loss. I'm saying I like the crazy thing that our non-athletic boys are injured right now, like the Korkmazes, the Seths, and the and Shake. All of them, they're skilled, but they're kind of injured right now. And so you're seeing now the athletic guys that's playing, and you're seeing the difference in how the team looks. I like what I'm seeing.
I'm putting this loss on Embiid though. Embiid, he gets the praise when he bring it down and he bring it home. He shot a horrible percentage. He went 0 for 3 from threes, and Montrel Harrell scored 10 points on him in the fourth quarter. So you're the superstar. You're the MVP.
He had 10 in the fourth alone?
He had 10
yes. In the fourth. 14 total, 10 in the fourth.
But
this falls on Embiid.
He was shooting like these weird runners, like
the running floaters and stuff.
Yeah, I think I know he had 10 though.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this has to fall on Embiid. Listen, we give him all the praise. This game falls, and I'm not sitting here saying he trashing it like that, but this game in particular falls squarely on Embiid's shoulders to me because he had to help. He had to help the surrounding help, and he's supposed to be our defensive anchor, and we couldn't stop them down the stretch.
But Joel was finding an open man too. Like he felt the end a couple of times in the fourth quarter. I can't totally rip him, but you are right. Like he shot 40%. He was like 11 or 10 for 27. So I think his shooting percentage was like 40%, which is bad, especially for him, considering that he was shooting 50. But he earned the right to have a stinker, a clunker every once in a while.
He did, but man, can we? And I don't want to start nothing, but can we get more from a dude that plays 34 minutes than 3 points from Thibault? I know the dude, and I think that's a bad move. I know the dude. Maury said Thibault's untradeable in the Bradley Beal trade, but I'm trading Thibault. Thibault is not untradeable in the Bradley. If that stops you from getting Bradley Beal, that's retarded. If you're not trading Thibault, stops you from getting Bradley Beal, Maury has to go.
I think it got more to do with Maxey than Thibault. But
don't bring Thibault's name up.
The crazy part, yeah, you're right. He shouldn't even be on that list as untouchable. The crazy part is he had 3 points, and his 3 points was the first 3 points of the game off the corner shot. He didn't do nothing else off
the first one.
Get to that. Like,
but I'm hard pressed to give up Thibault though. Giving up Ben and Thibault, we need some type of perimeter defender. We won't have one if you give up both.
Man, we can get one. We can draft one. We can find one. Come on.
I'm talking about you're trying to make a run this year though. It's not like you're trying to. If it's next year is one thing. We're trying to make a run this year, and you need a good defender. You do. And Thibault.
I mean, I get it, and I appreciate that. That's just like we would talk about Ben Simmons and how, but at least Ben Simmons gave you something on offense. He didn't give you everything you wanted, but Thibault brings nothing on offense. So guess what? So basically you playing like 4-on-4. You know what I'm saying? On like I don't.
Yeah.
You got to do something. He got to be able to do something. And I mean,
I give him Danny Green. They had Danny Green.
They don't what make you gonna just get that the same way they don't want Tobias because they don't want that contract. Like whoever was talking about trading for Ben and Tobias, the Sixers want to give both of them up because they want to remove that contract. Ain't nobody taking that contract.
But Danny Green got 2 years. It's only 2 years. 10 years, $20 million.
A team is looking to make themselves better too. They're not just trying to stack pile the Sixers and have to play against the Sixers the next couple of years.
I suppose. But if he decide to leave it the offseason, they're gonna be trying to get something for him. Because right now, if he's a free agent after this year, he can walk away and they get nothing.
A sense ain't common. I kind of agree. I still feel like Embiid is the only untouchable. I'm not giving up Maxey willy-nilly though. If I'm trading, if it's a Ben and Maxey type deal, then you giving me, I'm getting a superstar and you giving me a draft pick or something there. I get it. I don't want to be like I'm overvaluating Maxey, but Maxey has shown spots where his potential there. And
Maxey's
giving up Ben and Maxey for Bill is just it's too much.
Maxey's untouchable.
Bill is not that great. He's good. Is Bill a superstar? Let me ask you that.
What about for Harden or Dame?
No, because Harden is a free agent.
I might do it for Dame. Is Bill a superstar?
I don't think he is. I think he's on star level. I think he's a star level player. I agree with you. I'm not giving. That's why I say I'm just saying because people talking about is Maxey untouchable. I don't think he's untouchable. But in order for me to trade Maxey and put Maxey in with that too, it has to be one of them type deals where you giving me a superstar back and something like I'm not giving you Ben, Maxey, and some picks to bring in one player.
You can't include Maxey in the deal because Maxey is your point guard. We don't have a point guard. Then you still
if we're talking about bringing Dame, and Dame will be a point guard.
But you talking about Bill?
Don't Bill average like 6-7 assists a year this game? A game this year?
But y'all was talking about Bill.
No, we're talking about just
Bill average. I think Bill averaged 7 assists a game.
Dinwiddie is that point guard on that team.
Bill is not a superstar. He's a star. He's not a superstar. Superstar is totally different. Bill is not a superstar.
I'm not.
I don't think y'all realize what the word superstar means. He's a star.
Yeah, he's a star.
Right now, as long as you got Embiid and Maxey, you can bring anybody around, but you need your point. You need your point.
Somebody said, "Well, this is a Trade Talk podcast." Listen. No, I just think, for one, to be honest with you, at the end of that game, I kind of would like to see the ball in Maxey's hands a little bit. I seen him and Maxey and B went back and forth a little bit as far as B set a couple picks, Maxey, but you could tell B wanted the ball. You know what I mean? It wasn't really going nowhere else. He did on that possession. He did hit that little turnaround and joint hit in the lane. Right before that, Maxey hit the jumper, and B came back down at the turnaround. But you could tell he's a superstar. He
saw how the crowd got hyped when Maxey went for the layup at the end of the game against Minnesota. He was like, "Ain't nowhere in the world you're gonna show me up twice."
Stop. Well, see, here you go.
He wasn't doing it.
I will say because it was one of those plays. It was like B gave it to Maxey, and then he jumped in the paint and he got positioned in the paint and was dead smack in the middle. And Maxey didn't give it right back to him. I think Maxey wanted to go make his move right there. But B did have a position, and so it was kind of like that whole play got messed up. I think if they'd have went either way, either he'd have gave it right back to B, or if B would have let him go ahead and go to work, it would have worked. But the way it was like uncertainty down there with them.
I agree with that. Wayne, remember the play when right before that when Maxey made the jumper, didn't he look a little hesitant to shoot though to you? It wasn't me.
No, he did. It looked like there was uncertainty as to what the role was and what to do.
Maxey was like, should I shoot? He shot and made it, forcing it. If you'd have missed, B might have went off on him. But that's what I don't want to see. I don't listen. Be confident. Yeah, you playing with B. He the best. He the best player on the team. But sometimes you got to step up and make that shot. Be confident, man. But he knocked it down. But it did look hesitant. He looked a little uncomfortable. He looked like, should I shoot it? Should I give it back to B? You know what I mean? So he got to get over that. You got to get past that. You got to feel comfortable playing with B and comfortable taking shots, even in big situations. With B on the floor.
Yeah. And I agree. See, this is why with Maxey, my thing is, I do think that we've seen numerous players show flashes like Maxey had. We've seen Halliburton showed flashes. We've seen who was the other guy we just played that showed flashes. So I don't think that I'm not going to say a dime a dozen, but I do think you can find. I think there are other Maxey type players out there to be found. That being said, I like Maxey's game, and I like the fact that he improves on his game. So in order for me to trade him, I'm not just. And I agree with Ethan. I don't think Bradley Beal's a superstar. I think he's a star. I think he's on that tier just below a superstar. He's a star, but he's not. To me, he's not in the caliber of like a Harden and Embiid and KD, and he's not on those type guys level. So, in my opinion,
the growth that we've seen from Maxey this year, from last year, to just trade him when he works on his game, I'm not doing it. If anything, I'm going to continue to make this year a developmental year for Maxey and allow Embiid to go for his MVP, his first MVP.
But see, you keep talking about this developmental year stuff, but if we're playing at a level where we have a chance to be the top team in the East and you have a chance to put a player that can take you over the top, then why don't you make that play? Guess what? But in your situation, you want to hope and wait for next year, and B might blow his knee out again.
You're speculating. You don't know. You don't know that Bradley Beal's going to take you over the top. You don't know that.
Core of the team together, though. You have to keep a core, or you won't better make a run. If you trade too much,
we did that We did that in 2001.
So changing too much, changing too much, just changing Max, changing Ben's already out. So if you tell me taking Ben and Maxey and trading them for a Dame Lillard or Harden, you think our whole core is going?
We don't have Ben, Maxey, and Thibault.
Ben Max, that's too much. That's too much. And that's your core. Our core of the team is Thibault, Maxey, and Embiid. Everybody else is interchangeable. You keep
saying that as you say that, and I know we don't want to give him. Tobias is scoring what Tobias is doing, but you don't want to put him as a core. He's a central piece of when we winning.
He's playing well right now. I won't deny that.
Maxey should be averaging 20 a game from here on out, man. That's what I want to see.
And I think he has a chance to do that.
He does.
He just got it yesterday. He just got accepted to the not accepted, but he got selected for the sophomore game for the challenge.
For the
All-Star game.
Weekend.
So last year he didn't even get invited.
They pick teams again, or is it sophomore versus freshman? Do they pick
the sophomore? Yeah, rookies versus sophomores, and he so this year he got selected.
Do the NBA pick teams again, or is it East versus West? Is it back to East versus West, or is it captains?
You talking about for the All-Star game?
Yeah.
I think the LeBron. I think LeBron. Whoever got the lead, the same way they picking teams. They still picking teams. Okay.
So it's Bron and Giannis again?
Yeah, LeBron is picking again.
It was LeBron picked so far every year. So far he did it right.
Yeah. He always picks.
Yeah, and there's a lot of dudes on this team playing with our emotions, man. I listen, and I like Maxey, but like I said, you'll have games where Maxey ball out, but then you'll have games like where he fade, like where you don't, where it's almost. And I hate giving up on a young player, so it would be very hard for me to trade Maxey, honestly, because I do see some potential there. But that being said, I've also seen where you have guys who have potential, and then you hold on to them, and then you get nothing, like a Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons had all the potential in the world. We held on to him. What we getting now?
But here's the thing: if you wait in the offseason, all them boys is all free agents, and you can sign on what I have to get without giving up Maxey.
No, you can't. Because if you still have Ben Simmons under contract and Tobias under contract, you have no cap space.
But you're still going to trade Ben in the offseason, but you could trade them straight up for that free agent.
So you think a superstar is going to come in here and get the money Ben Simmons has right now?
Why not?
Because that ain't nothing to these new guys coming in. Well, you think that Ben Simmons is not getting the max for this year? He got the max from like 2 years ago.
But he's still,
that's why Tobias get more money than Ben. Every year that max goes up.
You can still, if you get 15%, they still 15% within 15%. So if Ben making 100, what he making 33 million? And if you can always throw in Shake Milton or somebody else, you can throw in players to increase the value of the contract. What I'm saying
because everybody else is just going to want to take all the contracts you don't want.
Here's the thing: in the new year, when the year starts, when the year ends in June, they even get the option of Bradley Beal walking away and they get nothing, or they can trade for Ben Simmons. At least they got a young player, a good player.
They can also sign a trade. Listen, we still got dudes coming back. We still got Court, Shake.
That ain't good.
Seth.
No,
we was missing 3 dudes tonight. So
they was missing Bill. So
I don't want to see.
And they was on the back to back.
I think Isiah Joe is filling in nicely. We're in Cork minutes.
He's getting a little better. As it goes on, he's getting a little more confidence in him.
Tim the typical homer that think that your mediocre players is so great. Like Jalen Hurts is going to be Randall. Such and such going to be this, that. And sometimes you got to take what you can get for. That's like, think about Thibault. Now, Thibault, at a certain point, everybody wanted Thibault. You know what I'm saying? Now with his offense being like it is, the interest ain't as much for him there. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta, like I said, I'm not just giving Maxey up for anybody, just any Maxey and Ben for anything. But I'm not going to sit up here and say I will never trade him. If a chance comes to put a superstar, impact player next to Joel Embiid with the way that he's playing right now, I'm taking that.
Only way I'm doing it is if it's for heart and in season. But I'm not doing it. Because you still need a point guard. We won't win a championship without a point guard.
You do know Harden averages like 8 rebounds and 8 assists, something like that, right?
Which is why I said the only person. If you listen, the only person I said I would trade would be.
So
Harden.
Dame Lillard, you wouldn't do it for Dame Lillard.
Lillard is right now he's recuperating from abdominal surgery. Who knows how he's going to be? So the only person in season that I'm gonna trade for like that will be Harden.
We'll see. We could use a piece to get us over the top, but listen, we had a lot of missing pieces tonight. Could we had a Stoller win? Yes. A couple things when it went a certain way. I can't really blame Doc. He wasn't working with a lot. So
who minutes would you have been taking? Like who minutes would you have took from for to put Cork or Shake in? Because somebody would have been out of minutes. So who minutes was you going to take?
Probably the two Bulls only had 3 points tonight.
Danny and Thibault. But they both play defense. Cork ain't playing that defense. Shake ain't playing that defense.
Man, you still gotta listen. When you have a shot blocker in the game, like a Drummond and an MB, you're all right. All you gotta do is chase balls off the 3-point line.
All right.
Somebody made a case about Drummond only when I go for old boards. You gotta be careful going for old boards because somebody gotta get back. If you don't get back, it's like fast break heaven. So you gotta be careful with chasing old boards. So only a couple big men can go off to the old boards. The guards gotta get back. So we just gotta be.
Y'all think Doc Rivers played himself into the Coach of the Year candidate, like leading candidate?
For how he came at Ben? Or
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about
honestly, I do think he has to have some consideration when you figure everything that this team is going through with the whole Ben Simmons debacle with Embiid being out for a couple weeks and all this other stuff, and then for them to still, all the guys. I mean, everybody's had people missing, but I'm saying with everything that they had with all the drama and everything going on, and for this team to still be playing at this level, I think you do have to give Doc some consideration.
He's my favorite as far as coach. I know y'all. I sound like a homer today. But I do consider.
Yes, you do.
But I mean,
they asking about the Ben Simmons situation. That's all I got to say on that. I ain't gonna make it long because I want to get into this Ben podcast. But like I said before, Ben is a classic narcissist, man. Tim always saying, Ben has real mental problems. Now, does he need mental help or does he have a disorder like he's a narcissist? Ben has problems. Ben has serious mental issues. Now, can he function? Yeah, but he doesn't see anything he does wrong in the entire situation. Yeah. He wants everybody to cater to him. Everybody does wrong about. Look up narcissists. That's Ben. I said this probably to the beginning of the season.
You're the first person I heard say that, and I agree with you 100%.
Look at dude has problems.
My only thing is
that's affecting his play on the court too. He's not, but that being said, he's not going to shoot. So let's close that case.
He's all over the place though, because in one breath you saying, if Doc would have came in and talked to me as a man, the whole team reached out to you. Everybody was reaching out to you. You said you didn't want to talk to nobody. Remember we went through all this, and now he's there because they didn't come out and talk to him. You ran. You hid from everybody.
They want to do that in September. They didn't do that right after the season. That's when he was at his lowest.
Because ain't nobody got to kiss his behind.
Well, now they need him, so maybe they do got the kiss.
No, they don't need him. Where they need him?
I think we're a better team with him without him.
What Maxey playing like this? We're a better team. If Ben replaces Maxey, I done just tied you in all kind of knots, didn't I?
Maxey is my guy. I like the happy hooper. I really do like Maxey, and I think that's what I said. I'm still looking at this as a developmental year with Maxey. If he continue, all I'm seeing him getting better and better. So I'm not angry that.
So when you expecting him to be, whereas though, because you keep saying developmental year, so next year he's going to be the finished product.
No, he's just getting better. I mean, he's taking steps.
So that's the point, and that's the point that we're making. If this is Embiid's prime, and you're talking about waiting for Maxey to come to Embiid's level, you don't think it's Embiid's prime?
I think he's still excelling. I think he's still going up.
You don't think this is his prime?
Nope, not yet. Not yet. I think we're right now.
You must think he's about to be the greatest big man to ever play the game then. Because if he still got level up to go and is going to do this for a few years, you really got some high hopes for Embiid, for somebody that hates on him so much.
I'm saying a lot. He's doing a lot. You don't just enter your prime showing you playing great. I mean, he's still excelling to me. Embiid is definitely getting better. He's making smart moves. The way he's finding players as they cut and he's not rattled or anything. I can't hate on that man. I see him doing good things. I see Maxey growing. So if this year is all about the development of Maxey and Embiid getting his MVP, and then we go get that big free agent next year, I can live with that. I can live with those two things. Embiid's gonna get his first MVP. Max is gonna be he's developing as a floor general, and then we can just go in and get that superstar to play along with them three, and we got a real true big three. I'm all right. I can live with that, and I can sleep very well.
Listen, I'm not saying that Embiid. First of all, Mr. Wayne, I'm not saying that Embiid hasn't gotten better. I don't even think everybody's saying his condition. I think that Embiid knows how to pace himself better now. I thought in earlier years, and I said that this season, if you notice, he paces himself whereas though he doesn't just come out throwing everything into the first half, like trying to do everything in the first half. It looks like he paces himself, and then in the second half down the stretch, he's able to, usually able to do and carry out down the stretch. So I don't think that Embiid was as super out of shape as everybody made it out to be, like in the last 2 years. I do think that he was, after that Toronto series, I think he came back in better shape. I just think that he didn't know how to pace himself. So, and the fact that whenever he's out, he has to get himself back in shape, it seems. But I'm just saying, I think that this is what Embiid is right now. I think that, and I'm not saying that he's peaked and now he's about to start falling. I'm just saying, to me, I think he's at his level and that he can maintain this for a couple years. And this is why I want another superstar with him while he's at this level, not waiting for Maxey to develop. And then by the time Maxey gets to his potential, Embiid's on a decline. That's not what I would.
How much better do you think a point guard will come in and be better than what Maxey is playing right now? Because Maxey right now is almost at 18, 19 points a game with not even turning the ball over at all. Don't turn the ball over. I mean, he might be averaging 1 tops. So he don't turn the ball over. He's giving you 18 points a game. He got that. He's a switch up. He's not the same player as Embiid is. Like he's fast. He's a downhill scorer.
For one, a proven superstar gets you referee calls in tight games.
No,
and you can do this at all you, especially in the postseason. Those big names get the benefit of more calls. Where Maxey don't even get. I don't think Maxey gets all the calls that he should get now.
Still dropping 18 points a game without the calls.
Okay. All right, we talking regular season. He scored 16.8, so he's scoring almost 17 points a game. Yes.
So this is his second year, first year starting, and you just saying let's put him in a deal with Ben.
If I could bring a superstar, heck yeah! I'm living for now. I'm not trying to. We just spent like 10 years in the process. We just spent like 10 years in the process.
But here's the thing: you're doing all this when you can still get a superstar in the offseason. Still get without Maxey. Without Maxey.
And how you know for sure you getting a superstar in the offseason?
How do you know you're gonna get a ring this year? You don't.
Yeah, but I'd rather take my chances in getting that talent now and going for the ring and never get that talent in the offseason.
Listen, it's so many stars out there. Even even it's deals, regardless if it's not a superstar, it's deals that we can. You might get that Tyrese combination in the back of the year, the Halliburton and Maxey.
And then you got to wait for years for them to develop while Embiid is.
You don't got to. They both of them are playing well. They're playing well.
It ain't no because it ain't no comparing Tyrese Maxey to a superstar level like what a Dame Lillard or what
Dame Lillard is injured
or what a Harden can bring you.
That's a gamble. So you still taking a gamble because you're saying hopefully his abdominal surgery is healed and he'll be ready for the playoffs.
Well, Maxey ain't giving you what Bill can give you.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Has Maxey ever scored 60 points in a game on Ben Simmons?
Say it again.
Has Maxey ever scored 60 points in a game on a player like Ben Simmons?
And then he still didn't make the playoffs.
Okay, that's a team issue. So now if you take somebody of that talent and that caliber, now he doesn't have to carry his team and he can come in and he can play second fiddle to somebody like Embiid.
Embiid ain't going to let him get 60, first of all. Embiid ain't going to do that. But you can still get Bill in the offseason and keep Maxey. But you're saying, I want to put all my eggs in a basket and just try to win it all this year. I'm not doing that. Not for Maxey when you got Maxey for the next 15 years.
You say Maxey for the next 15 years.
You got him for the next 15 years.
How you know when his contract come up, he ain't gonna want to go somewhere and explore his options
because he loved Philly.
See,
Most normal Bulls
don't want. We gotta remember this is a business. I want us to get all the great deals. I want all our players to go on and be superstars and everything else. But it's a reason why when you have teams like when Golden State. They had Harrison Barnes, who was balling for them for a couple years, and they was willing to get rid of Harrison Barnes to bring in KD. Remember that?
That's
but
different.
That's different. We talking about the same type time. How?
Because KD wanted to come, and he came as a free agent. It wasn't a trade. They said, "Yo, he's available."
It wasn't a sign of trade for KD.
No,
it was just straight a free agent.
No, the KD was up, and they recruited him. And they got real Joe. Well, that was a sucker move by Golden State, what they did anyway. But that's KD came after losing to them. But no, I'm good.
Yeah, but KD was enticed to go there because they was winning championships, and he knew that he was missing piece. How do you know that? All I'm saying is, I get what you're saying. I'm not mad. Listen, if we don't make a trade, and this is the squad we roll out with, all right, we see what we're gonna do. But I'm just saying, if there's an opportunity there to better our team this year, I'm taking it.
Remember,
and to me, nobody's off the trading block. Nobody's off the trading block except for Joel Embiid.
No, see, I disagree. Remember 2001, 76ers had the best record in the East, which we almost got the best record in the East, and we decided to trade some of our core pieces for Mutombo. And what happened? We still didn't.
Yeah, because our core piece was injured. What happened? We got to the finals.
We got to the finals, exactly, but we didn't win it all. And we noticed after that trade, we was a 500. We got to the finals. We got to the finals and lost to a team that swept everybody in the playoffs except the Sixers. But we didn't win. And the thing is, I think
only one team wins a year.
But you don't know that team was good enough.
Mutombo was averaging doubles in the playoffs. As much as I would have rather had, I rather would have had Theo. That's who I wanted. Theo. But Theo was injured. And you're telling me Mutombo ain't had nothing to do with us making it to the finals?
I didn't say that. That's the point. Is Mutombo was washed up at that time. He had like one good year left. To me, that wasn't worth having Theo, a healed Theo. We still had two good big men. We still had McCullough, and I forgot the other big man we had. We still had certified big men that could have helped us get to where we need to be. And we still would have had Theo and all the other players the following year and 3-4 years later where we could have made another run. I'm not sacrificing.
Guess what? We don't know if we would have, but we know that with that trade, we made it to the finals.
And we were a 500 team. It was kind of like a 500 team in the playoffs. We went to 6 or 7 games the whole time.
Yeah, but guess what? Right. But if we'd have been able to bring in a big time free agent, then maybe. Now you telling me we got this chance to bring in these big time free agents. So if we can make a trade and bring in a superstar now, and then get a big time free agent, that's none of them, right?
Ben is you only can either trade Ben now or trade him in the off season. I'm saying trade him in the off season, get that free agent, those free agents that's going to be available. Don't sacrifice your future just for a possibility of winning a championship. When you
I like Maxey, but to me, Maxey's not. I don't like, and I get like guys are saying in the thing, and I agree with it. You get these type players, Halliburton, the guy that we were just playing against. How many times we see young guys coming here and have like 30 points in a game, but they averaging like 14, 15 for the season. Like we see that kind of stuff all the time. There's a lot of guys out there that's like that. Now, I do think that Maxey can be better. My hope is that he will be, but I'm just saying, if I'm dealing with that hope, if I have an opportunity to bring in a bona fide stud player that puts us up there in the top, like looking as though not just saying we the best team in the East, but that we actually have a shot at winning the finals, I'm taking that shot.
I can't do it. It's 8 days in 8 days because the trade deadline is the 10th.
See, if you was Howie, you probably that year the Eagles won the Super Bowl, you probably wouldn't have made none of them trades. No, I don't want to trade our young such and such. I don't want to trade that for our future. I don't want to trade that. Well, he made all them trades. He traded draft picks and all that other stuff, and he brought us in there, and we want to find a chip that year. I'm taking my shot at a chip.
I'm not taking a shot. I'm taking my shot next year. I'm gonna let Embiid get his MVP, and I'm gonna let Maxey continue to develop. And we're gonna be just fine. But outside that, I want to talk about the boy Kuzma. The boy, that was a dumb trade. You talking about dumb trades? The Lakers getting rid of Kuzma for Westbrook. That got to be the dumbest trade on record right now because that boy is legit.
And this is the kind of stuff that I'll be talking about. Like even like when we talk about what's the name? Oubre. Sometimes players, that's like Kuzma showed flashes like that in LA, but it's always something off with him. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes a player and I felt the same way with Oubre. Like he shows that he has that talent, and it's like, all right, in the right spot. Like I'm telling you, I know Wizard fans who sit there and will give up Kuzma in a heartbeat. Just because they see the erratic, like sometimes when you're in another city, you just see the stats and see this.
Well, every time he play us, he kills us. Okay. Every time he play, he kills us.
But I'm saying it's something with his game. Is he showed flashes in LA? They was looking at him like that's why you think he was one of the young bulls they kept in the AD deal. They had hopes for him.
So you saying that you rather have Westbrook than Kuzma? No.
Would I? No.
Exactly.
At this point, I don't want Westbrook. I don't know. I mean, honestly, Westbrook was balling for Washington last year. That's how they ended up getting in the playoffs. It wasn't just Bill. Westbrook started carrying that team down the end of the season, and Washington got in the playoffs. So we can say what we want about Westbrook bricking and this, that, and other, but he was the one that carried Washington into the playoffs last year.
I'm still not with anything. I would have kept not Korkmaz, but Kuzma. He's legit. He's legit, and I believe that the Lakers would be so much better if they still had him on their roster right now.
Okay.
So you got any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
Nah, I think I said enough.
You think you said enough?
But except I can hit that like button.
Oh yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. But yeah, the Sixers, we lost a heartbreaker. Not a heartbreaker, but it was a winnable game. It was
disappointing. Game. It was disappointing.
But we won a whole lot more than we lost like this. So I can't be too mad. But it's gonna be a late game on Friday. Y'all let me see if y'all real fans of the show, if y'all gonna ride out with us, because the game started at 10 o'clock. So we're gonna be on like 12:30. So
hey, listen, we when we come on,
yeah, that's true.
At 10:30 and stuff,
we're gonna need.
We end up having people in here. I got faith for people who's gonna show up.
All right, we're gonna need y'all help. Give us the support. All right, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification button. We're gonna catch y'all in our next podcast.
All right, peace.